Finally, we're talking about something that's not AEW related. Okay, let's be real, it's going to be AEW related at the very end. But we're talking about New Japan Stardom's crossover event, Historic X-Over. Okay, this is part of their crowning of the women's title, but we're not talking about the main event yet. We're talking about the other best match of the night. Shota Umino versus the IWGP United States Champion, leader of United Empire, and overall terrible person at times because according to stories that came out about him, Will Ospreay and whatnot. Shota Umino, if you remember him, you remember the days of Mox and Shooter. Mox is a proud man right now. Taught him well. Okay. Got that video quality cleaned up. So Shooter, after his excursion, came back and has been racking up the wins in New Japan Pro Wrestling and has been targeting specifically Will Ospreay, wanting to get the IWGP US Championship. I don't watch New Japan religiously like I used to when the Elite left, but I still watch matches of quality from time to time. And I mostly stuck around till Tetsuya Naito won the world title, and we got that awesome ending subversion attack with Kenta. But moving on, then Evil happened. And then the pandemic happened, and they had to, rearrange things and everything had to be put back in order. So, yeah, we were in the dark times. But enough about that. Shota Umino took on Will Ospreay to take off for the IWGP United States Championship. Oh boy. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling religiously. I'll admit that. If there was ever a time I could say this was Shoto's hello world moment, this was it. Like, oh, the young lions are so great. What they come out of the dojo. Shooter has to be part of Blackpool Combat Club officially. Like, let's be real. He's Moxley's protege. Moxley took him in as his young lion and apprentice, and we got the famous "I got ya note" and whatnot. So, yeah, Shooter is now competing in the big leagues. He takes on Will Ospreay in a pretty stellar matchup. Like, as much as we can talk about Will Ospreay and the very terrible things he's done behind the scenes in other places, or we can talk about everything New Japan Pro Wrestling does behind the scenes that are very questionable and very amoral and disgusting. Especially when you have Kota Ibushi back going in screaming Yakuza Mafia. Seriously, I'm still stunned that he decided to just publicly come out and say that, knowing that there would be grave consequences, no doubt, and nothing ever came from that. So I'm surprised that no one went ahead and went for the lethal routes. Though, don't worry, I think they come to the conclusion Kota Ibushi will do something crazy himself because he will eat a literal firecracker. I'm not kidding. There's a video of him eating a firecracker. How did his mouth not get burned? How was there no report that he was in the hospital for that? So, Kota Ibushi, everyone, crazy loving Golden Star, and Kenny Omega reunited with him just recently. Yeah. So the Golden Lovers have reunited for now. So yeah, Shota took on Will Ospreay, stellar matchup. Shota really showcased his hello world moment with this match. If those who don't watch New Japan religiously anymore, especially for those who did know the relationship between Shooter and Mox, especially when Forbidden Door came around and he joined up with them, still waiting for that official BCC wardrobe. I'm pretty sure Bullet Club might take offense to that because they're basically saying, hey, we're BC. You just added another C to your name. Take that shirt off. Okay, let's be real. That wouldn't be the worst thing New Japan would ever pull. Besides, that would be an awesome feud. Bullet Club versus Blackpool Combat Club. Well, whatever the name they're going to go with now after William Regal's betrayal. So yeah. Shooter, Ospreay, tore it down. I loved it. Like, as much as I don't like Will Ospreay as a person, in my opinion, for various stuff that came out about him, and I get the whole we need to wait for the evidence and yada yada yada, but like, there's been too many testimonials about that stuff, and there were some things New Japan also did that didn't really help matters with him. But yeah, Shooter got that big moment. Oh, and there was a Ric Flair mention. So a Ric Flair reference saying to beat the man, you gotta be the man. You're gonna beat the man. So you naturally know that if Ric Flair heard this, he's gonna call New Japan and say, "Woo, woo, that's my gimmick. That's my gimmick. I'm taking my gimmick. Give me money." I'm like, sorry, that he'll get on the wrestling ring again in Puerto Rico. And you don't want a disaster like that. So, I am the Nature Boy. Woo! So, Will Ospreay retained the title. Let's be real. We all saw that coming. Will Ospreay was going to retain the title. Like, as much as we probably would have loved Shooter winning the match for his Blackpool Combat Club brethren and his mentor John Moxley, the American Ace, we knew Will Ospreay wasn't going to lose that title just yet. Like, his Shooter might get the Jay White treatment. He loses the big title match and then goes on to win the world, and then goes on to win the IC. Wait, the IC title got retired. I completely forgot about that. Oh god, like, we need to bring that back, damn it. And then they'll probably win it again, probably against whoever beats Will Ospreay next. And sure enough, Will Ospreay celebrates with United Empire, along with the questionable TJP involved in that group. Yep, I certainly have no opinions on that. But Will Ospreay then gets interrupted by an Omega. So, yeah. Kenny Bacon Omega returned to grace New Japan Pro Wrestling with his presence. And I'm just gonna say it. Do not stop my madness, but I gotta be real. This was one promo from Kenny Omega, and I felt like it was 2018 again. Like, I was like, this is not AEW's Kenny Omega. This is New Japan Devil Sky Kenny Omega, the one-winged angel. Not the elite Kenny Omega. We got Bullet Club Kenny Omega coming out and making his statement. Also, it's funny how this is around also the same time when the big moment happened a few years back, half a decade ago. My god, I feel old. Chris Jericho called out Kenny Omega, challenging him for the IWGP United States Championship. Nick, Kenny Omega, you have become what you've hated the most. You have become the Alpha. Okay, enough of the dragness. On to phase 2. So Kenny Omega was talking about that he got a call from New Japan saying, "Come back, man." He said no, but then he said, "I will grace the people with my presence and give the people what they want." And how he vows to destroy Will Ospreay and save New Japan from him. I'll get back to that in a moment. And talking about the smaller crowd venues, that he calls Will Ospreay the virus, even though the pandemic was mostly the crippling factor. That, and also you could say questionable booking decisions, aka Evil. No offense to Evil, but what the hell was that at the time? Looking back on that, I'm just like, what the hell was this? And eventually, and suddenly so soon. But yeah. That guy still can't picture Evil in Bullet Club, and he's been in that group for several years. I remember him mostly being in Los Ingobernables. Though looking back on it, Tetsuya Naito probably should have thought, hey, do you think having that guy who calls himself Evil and has a Grim Reaper aesthetic with his entrances, do you think that was a good idea to have someone named Evil be part of our group? When we're mostly heels and faces, but he called himself Evil. And plus, he's, you know, with Io Shirai, the badass Japanese flyer. Should we really be trustworthy of that kind of person? Let's trust him. Certainly that now was not going to backfire years later. Even though it did look like, the original story did look like it was going to someone else. But, moving on from that subject. Yeah. Will Ospreay accepted the challenge bestowed to him by Omega. And then he went on Twitter and then decided to say, how about instead of saving our company, how about you go and save yours? And I was like, Ospreay, why didn't you just say that on the promo when you accepted the challenge? Like, make a meta comment, make a meta reference to the whole, oh, stay in your lane and we'll stay in ours. Like how people keep telling AEW to stay in their lane and stop talking about WWE every time when they do something unethical because they're doing something unethical. So, yeah. Will Ospreay, Shooter, gotta give you guys props, especially the Shooter, really showcased it. Loved how his dad was Red Shoes was the referee for this match, because now there's a personal connection here. There's a possibility of favoritism potentially. I wouldn't be surprised if they did consider for 1 second, hey, you think we could turn Shooter heel and have his father be Red Shoes, be the villain referee that plays favorites? Nah, that's a WWE Impact move. Well, at least the old Impact when Dixie Carter ran stuff with Immortal. And now we have it full circle. Ospreay is now going to finally get his hands on Omega, especially after that loss and his temper tantrum beatdown he committed after their 6-man tag team match. I never went to talking about it because I did plan to talk about it. I missed the match because I had work that night. And by the time I got home, it was nearly over, so it wouldn't be fair to talk about it. Then I was going to do it after All Out, and then the event happened, the Brawl Out All Out event happened. Then I stopped for a while and decided, fuck it. So, yeah. Provided there's no other shenanigans, I'm calling shenanigans. Provided there's no more shenanigans between now and Wrestle Kingdom, we should be good. Wrestle Kingdom's on a Wednesday, isn't it? Damn it! Well, Tony Khan's gonna be dealing with that. So Kenny Omega might be dealing with the worst case of jet lag in the history of his career. If he's able to make it back in time for... Wait. Didn't they announce a best of 7 series? Because if I'm correct, then... Oh, okay, it's a week after January 4. Okay, so Crisis averted, everybody. I was gonna say something. I was gonna be like, what? Yeah. So, Crisis averted, everyone. Canceled the Kenny Omega Apocalypse plans and pulling double duty. We're good. But that would have been hell. So, yes. It has now been declared. Kenny by God Omega takes on Will Ospreay for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. And sure, I don't know, you'll probably do something eventually. Maybe show up in AEW and then as part of a trade deal of sorts for Kenny Omega to work at Wrestle Kingdom. We take Shooter and we do something with Moxley, Bryan, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta. That'd be kind of cool. But Plus, it'd be good exposure for Shooter, because everyone will love Shooter. So, yeah, those are my massive scattered thoughts on this whole debacle. Will Ospreay, despite my personal feelings, you're a damn good wrestler, and the fact that you can still go after multiple neck collisions with yourself, yeah, I'm kind of amazed by that. Shooter, you had your hello world moment for me. I look forward to what you do in New Japan Pro Wrestling and elsewhere. This was Neo Reality Entertainment, the WrestleVerse. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the content in the description below. Stay tuned for more. I'll see y'all again next time. Peace and take care. Have fun and keep on wrestling. Peace.